We have like a 1 minute countdown. So I think we can hear each other. I don't know, maybe not. I'm not sure if they can hear us. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've gone live with other people. Oh, look at that. We are not muted. Hey, everyone. They can hear us. What up? What up? Best chatbot team. That can't talk. Hey, to the best chatbot building team in the universe. We're gonna have this go to the next. I don't even know. We're just gonna have it go to the next slide when it's ready. Okay, they can hear us. Yeah, so don't say anything bad. It's already started. Oh no, someone's missed. There he is. Welcome,
What's
friends.
going on?
Which camera am I looking at today? This one. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Chatbot Builder AI holiday party. I feel like we need like this. I am your hostess with the mostest. I got the job because Asta's internet sucks. If you don't know your panelists today, you're about to. We have Wendy, say hi.
Hello.
Here we go. We got Asta with the bad internet.
Hi.
And then King of the chatbots in the house. Ryan
What's
Baggett.
up, guys? What's up?
What's up? And they call me the queen of chatbots. Ironically, we're not married, so don't take that like the king queen things like brother sister, different kingdoms.
Super important.
Yeah, like
The queen is the king's hero, so
Yeah.
you really didn't. I really don't give you enough credit anymore, hardly, because I've done it so much. But it's worth it. We would
The
not be
lies.
here. No, all four of us would not be here on the stage without you, Kelly. So that's something that I always remember and think about, even though you've just disappeared.
I'm hiding.
But
I had to put my-
it's true. It's
I had to
very
put my
true.
camera
I
on.
highly doubt that I would have met Wendy without you and all your videos and inspiration. I definitely wouldn't have met Asta because I wouldn't have been cool enough. I still struggle with that one. I'm trying my best. I've got the cool lights behind me, but we do owe a lot to you, and I'm always cognitive of that, and I appreciate you a lot.
I don't need you to.
To be
that.
fair,
Now I'm like all like-
Ryan and I met on one of your posts, Kelly,
Whoops.
on your Facebook group,
Wrong
and
person.
he ghosted me on that Facebook post.
Ghost.
So yeah, you ghosted me. I won't get tired of saying that.
There was
I don't quite remember it that way, but I'm not going to argue with you because you'll win anyways.
I will get the screenshots. I will get the screenshots.
Yeah, see, you don't mess
Ghosted.
with Wendy. She's the screenshot master. You can't get her.
You can't. All right. Hey, what is up, party people? We've got like 18 people watching us right now, which is the most I've had on my live broadcast in a minute. So
It's all because of Asta.
it's Asta.
Yeah, Asta's internet is the guilty one.
Right. Welcome. Okay, so today we just want to have some fun. Obviously, you've got 4 of the nerdiest people you could find. So we are also going to get nerdy with it. We're going to talk nerdy to you. So throw us your questions. But like, I'm thinking less screen sharing, high-end tutorials, and more like, what do you want to know about Ryan?
Yeah. I don't think anybody cares
Ask him about
that.
how many pineapples he gets on his pizza.
Yeah, like we are
Yeah.
going to play a game that I like to call Kelly gets to ask the questions.
That's going to be a fun one. Look how fancy we are.
This is what
This is
happens
so
when
cool.
Kelly hosts the live.
This is so cool.
She
Yes.
comes with all of, I have like lots of, like there's party noisemakers. I've got all the
I
things.
love it.
I actually
I
made
love
some
it.
custom ones with my little girl, but I don't think they're in this account. I have multiple accounts, so unfortunately you don't get the one with my kids' cute little voice. All right, so welcome to the game called Kelly Gets to Ask the Questions. Feel free to ask your own questions, but we're going to start because, I want to get to know everyone a little bit more. The first question is brought to you by Wendy, actually. And we want to talk about what is your favorite pizza? Everyone gets to talk about their favorite pizza. In the comments, you best be telling us what's your favorite pizza. Ryan, we're going to start with you. What is your favorite pizza?
Well, I can tell you it's definitely not pineapple pizza because that's not a real thing.
Whoa.
But I'm sure we'll get there.
Come on. Hey, now.
I'm actually the most boring, consistently predictable person of all time when it comes to pizza because it's going to be straight up pepperoni, man. Pepperoni pizza guy through and through, and that's the way I like it.
We have a rule in our house, just so everyone knows. I've been with my husband for forever, 16 years or something. We haven't been married 16 years, but we've been together. And every Friday since we have been together, we eat pizza. He's from New York.
That's awesome.
And we have a rule that if we go out to eat a new pizza place, we can only order pepperoni. You cannot order. That's how you base. After that, I'm like pineapple on the pizza, bro. I love me some Hawaiian. Because we eat pizza every single Friday, right? So pepperoni pizza every Friday, that gets old. Sometimes I want a little barbecue pizza. Sometimes I want a little man, you take me to what is that place called where you get to pick your own toppings? I loved going to the place we get to pick your own toppings. Everyone gets their own pizza because I'm the only one in my family who likes all the vegetables. So that's me. Put broccoli on my pizza. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, you seem the only one in the team that likes all the vegetables of the pizza. Yeah.
Yes. Also, what's your pizza choice?
Oh man, I'd have to say it's a very very close call between Hawaiian pizza and all cheese pizza. I forgot what it's called. There's an actual name of it here. It's just called cheesy pizza, and pretty much it's
Cheese.
exactly that. There's a bunch of cheese on a pizza and nothing else. I'm a bit of a cheese fiend myself.
Can't point. I like Mark's pesto sauce, sausage, whole slices of tomato, ricotta. That's how everyone's like ricotta. Listen, again, my husband he's a New York Italian. It's called ricotta. Now, where I'm from, it's called ricotta. And we all know, Wendy, you like the Hawaiian pizza, right? Extra pineapple.
Yeah, the Hawaiian with the cherries on top and chipotle on the side. But I want to ask, I know that here in the comments, I saw Pepe. Pepe is from Mexico City, and I need to ask him, did you even add cheese to the pizza? Because let me tell you this, in Mexico City, you can ask for a quesadilla. You all know what a quesadilla is, right? You can ask for a quesadilla, and they will ask you if you want it with or without cheese.
What's if you don't say without cheese, just like a tortilla?
Exactly. It's the only city in the world where you have to specify that you want the quesadilla with cheese. It's like asking for a cheeseburger with cheese because by default, it's kind of.
I took my husband before we got married to Zihuatanejo, which is on the Pacific side. And we were there for a week. We were in our 20s. So I'm when I travel, I'm put me by a pool on a beach with a beer and a book. I don't have to move all week. My husband's like, let's do all the things. So he got really bored really quick. And he also got bored of the Mexican food, which to me, I don't get that because I can eat tacos every day. So on the last day, because it's Friday, we had to go get pizza. So we go to the pizza place. We order a sausage pizza. I shit you not, this pizza had hot dogs on it.
Was that where did you say you were in South Carolina? Where were y'all?
We were in Zihuatanejo. The pepperoni pizza was good, see? But we ordered a sausage pizza and it came with hot dogs. And to this day, my kids are like, when we go to Mexico, we're going to have a sausage pizza because they heard the story.
You should try whenever you come back to Mexico, you should try the one al pastor. Al pastor will be
that's the best tacos, the pork, right? That's legit my
But you have pizza al pastor now.
Oh, I've never had the pizza, but man, my husband's obsessed with al pastor ever since we went to Zihuatanejo. And with the pineapple, obviously, right? You cut it off with the pineapple. Yeah. And we had it at this place called Papas Locas, which is the crazy potato. Mm-hmm. And big giant potato stuffed with pastor. Legit, my favorite Mexican food is El Pastor tacos with spicy green salsa.
I have to say, I think that's my wife's favorite too. When we were in Dallas, Texas, we had that for the first time, and it was banging.
So good. Especially if you can get it off. It's so hard to find where they cut it off the spit, like a gyro, right? Where you have the thing going around, and it's so hard to find outside of Mexico, though. All right, another question. If I can find the right tab. Let's see. Favorite pizza. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit more nerdy here. Let's try this one. Out of all the new AI technology that has come out this past year, and there has been a lot, what has been your favorite besides CBB? Because that's kind of cheating. There's been way too much. Like literally, we come out with something every day. So besides, and I want to hear from our audience too. By the way, Dimitri
I'm reading
here's
all
like
the comments for once.
Pizza. I'm packing. We all are. In fact, I think that's going to be the first place we should have the first CBB like conference should be in Mexico, so we can eat tacos.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
We gotta put in we gotta like raise funds to get Asta from the other side of the world.
Well, Tijuana wouldn't be that far
from a little fun to say for that. That's okay.
It's not as far. Tijuana is closer to Asta. And then after that, then we go to Fiji because I've always wanted to go there. All right. So what is your favorite? Let's start with Asta because he's like super quiet. You need to talk up. He's blaming his internet for everything today, by the way.
This is shy.
This might be Asta's AI avatar. He's probably on the beach.
He's not even here. He's like, I am my favorite
Asta.
AI.
Hi guys. Like I just started talking on the same dialogue. Favorite AI tool I would have to say is Opus Clips, and I used. I mean,
a good one.
I'm sure this is already something that a lot of people know, but you know, ChatGPT is something that I use every single day for a bunch of things. You know, and besides ChatGPT, Opus Clips is incredible for turning long form content into short form, and also something that I've been playing around with a little bit here and there is Bold. And so Bold AI is pretty much where you can just type in like I want a landing page or I want a website or something like that.
Not me taking notes.
Yeah.
And it'll build it out for you. I mean, it's still very early stage and very buggy, but I'm looking for ways that I can connect. Sorry for mentioning it. CBV obviously to it. You know? I gotta get CBV into everything, but those are the ones that I'm using the most right now. But I have to say, no, I know it's crazy besides CBB, but that's my favorite. So, whoop, whoop.
I know we're so biased. All right, Wendy, favorite non-CBB tool right now?
Okay, I cannot say that I totally fell in love with Gemini display that did Ryan early this month, especially when it spotted the misspell. It was the best thing ever. But I think that the one that I have been using the most outside CBB will be Gamma App, which is to create presentations like PowerPoint,
nice.
something like that. And you just like give it like, okay, this is the prompt, this is the information I want to talk about, do the layout, do the text in any all the slides, and it will get pictures for you in its place, you know?
Nice.
So after that one, you just go and edit. So I have been teaching about CBV on universities and stuff. So it's like they called me one day before, and I'm like, okay, I don't have anything ready, so let's Gamma, do your job, and it does the presentation. I just land there and present CBV.
That's awesome.
That's incredible.
I love it. I love AI so much. All right, Mr. CBB himself, Ryan, what's your favorite? I'm really curious about this one. Like, what is the tool you're using? What is the best technology that's not CBB for you?
Well, since I can't say anything about CBB, and we do have 27 million people here, I do just want to say while you're here, I love you guys so much. CBB Nation, y'all are just the best. I'm reading all the comments for once in real time, so it's so fun to me. Usually I'm like so in the zone, I can't see anything. But I'll have to say, someone nailed, I think Jose nailed it, or Charles Mack did. Udio is totally my jam. Like to make the music that we've been making, like I can't tell you any radio song or like mainstream. I know zero new songs of 2023 or 2024 period. I know zero, and I'm not ashamed at all.
Because you
I'd rather
you have a baby.
my AI rap about Kelly and Asta and CBB Nation in between stoplights, and I'm like, all right, what's next? Generate this, and then at the next stoplight, I got 2 more songs, baby. So like, it's all new. I've not heard the same song more than a few times, but Udio is just the bomb. Work related though, I think someone else called me out on that too. The Google, or Wendy might have mentioned it, the Google screen sharing with search melted my whole mind live. And now the first time I had done it, aside from just making sure it worked, was that live. So all of it was new to me, like every step of that way. And the fact that old Curtis, the AI, after they all like threw me out and got mad at me, annoyed with me, Curtis was the only one. He got me through click by click. I couldn't believe it. So I think that's what we're going to see. Some huge innovation there in 2025. I think Google just like dropped that on us without any warning either, you know?
Man, Google's killing it right now. They just released the Gemini 2.0 or whatever, and that I was playing with that. In fact, I wrote all the emails I sent out for this event with that, and it was like so fast. It was
you know, you mentioned that it's so fast. I just said this to someone else. It's surprising, but even with OpenAI's real-time API over the phone, at least from their phone number, ChatGPT's phone number they announced yesterday, and with Gemini 2.0 is faster, noticeably faster.
So fast.
And this is a multi-billion-dollar company, guys. So like we're kind of cool. They're
coming. All right, my favorite one should not surprise anybody. It's Hey Jen. Because legitimately, I have taken every video that I have ever done for CBB and anything that's shorter from Ryan, because every blue moon he'll put a shorter one in, and I have translated it to Spanish. We have started an entire Spanish channel that I manage. I don't speak any Spanish. I could say uno más cerveza por favor en la cuenta, and like uno
con todo.
Yeah. Dos pastor, papas locas con salsa. I mean, like, it is not good. But I am full out able to reach a whole different audience that I've always wanted to reach, because I've been doing chatbot tutorials since 2018, early 2018. And I have such a huge international audience. And obviously, I love the Hispanic culture. I love Mexico. I've been going there since I was like a teenager. I actually took 7 years of Spanish. Could you believe that?
No way, I didn't know that.
I have dyslexia, so it's really hard for me to like grasp language. But that's probably why my brain works so well with chatbots, because I, like, you know, Ryan, when we get on a call, you'll ask me a question. I'm like, well, what if you do this and you do this? And like in my mind, I am envisioning the build, but I can't speak Spanish for shit. But yeah, so like Hey Jen is just like the most amazing thing. I have been able to, like, I'm doing the holiday hustle right now. So every day, new videos through, I think, Sunday. And every one of those is on our Spanish Espanol channel as well. So I just love that tool so much. And obviously, one of my goals in 2025 is to start a channel in another language, because why not? Love it.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen. Love
It's
it.
Hey, Ryan, I just wanted to note that we have a question that says, Ryan has shorter videos? Like, no one can believe you have shorter
That's Robert. That's Robert right there.
Right there. You just came out with like 2 of them this week. I was literally about to message you, and I was like, gonna be like, what is going on, dude?
Yeah, I know.
These are some short videos. He never puts short videos out.
Long time coming. We're going to do a video for all of the default flows. That's what that's for. So Asta, I think, published like 2 or 3 last night. We've got maybe 3 or 4 more to go. And I'm trying to keep everything actually like super short, so that people don't have to listen to all the droning that I do.
Oh, look at this. We got a super chat for $2 from
Jose, my man Jose. He's the king of AI out there.
I said cerveza, friend. That's one of my, tequila's my favorite, but cerveza.
Love you, Jose. You're the man, dude.
All right, next question. Oh, let's see.
Bring it on.
I mean, okay, let's check this one out. If you're chatting with an AI chatbot that recommends a holiday movie based on your personality, what movie would you get?
Man, that's a great question.
I should have built this thing. I was too busy crocheting presents for my nieces to build chatbots this week, but someone go build this chatbot and send it to us. It'd probably take 5 minutes with an agent. If you're chatting with an AI chatbot that recommends a holiday movie, Wendy, you're up first. Based on your personality, what movie would you get? And then you have to explain yourself, because now you're the logic of the AI.
Oh, man.
I love this one. This is my husband's favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Yeah.
Oh, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Or Home Alone. It should be like one of those.
Which Home Alone? Like classic?
The
First
original.
Yeah, the classic
time.
ones. Yeah, the
Yeah.
new ones, I don't think so.
Well,
They don't
because you have
as-
like
as-
New York, he gets lots. He goes to New York, or
yeah,
there's the one where he's home. You know,
no, the first one. I think the first one because it's where
that's where it all began.
like Kevin is more sassy with everyone. So yeah, that will be the first one.
I love it. Asta, what about you? What is the holiday movie that the AI is choosing for you?
Oh man. Probably the Grinch.
Are you the Grinch? Or are you like Cindy Lou
No
Who?
way.
He's
He's
Cindy
definitely
Lou
a
Who, isn't
Whoville
he?
kid. He's a
He's
Whoville kid.
so
for sure.
Whoville.
He's a Whoville
My
kid through and through, dog.
my girlfriend will without a doubt testify to this. She will say I am the Grinch when it comes to Christmas because she'll be like, let's do all of these lights and make it nice and bright. And I'll be like, I'm thinking about packing it back down.
I love
So
it.
it's changing this year. This year is not going to be Grinch. This year we're going to do some Christmas lights and things. But I'm fairly sure, towards the end when the Grinch loves Christmas again, I think that's a part in the movie. That would be about me.
The nicest Grinch. Yeah,
The nicest
agreed.
Grinch, yeah. Listen, I get it. I wanted my Christmas tree up like immediately. Like as soon as Halloween was over, I was begging my husband, put my tree up. I have like a 10-foot tree. It's huge. I actually have 2 Christmas trees. He put them both up right as soon as he could. But he's like, I'm not putting any lights on. And then he put Govee lights on. If you don't know what Govee lights are, you can control them on your phone. And I'm like constantly, it's like behind me.
Oh,
These
that's
are Govee
fun.
lights, right? So I'm always doing stuff like this. And like I'm changing the color. It brought me such joy. And he's just sitting there like, I guess it was worth it. Whatever. All right, Ryan, what's the movie?
Man, that's a tough one. I think I hope I got the name of it right. I think it's A Christmas Story. I feel like the
Brett, you'll shoot
image
your
of
eye out?
that kid is in my head right now. Like, I feel like that's me with AI. Like the Red Ryder BB gun is just
Yeah,
Chat
it's
GPT
like
with
all
me.
you want.
Yeah, by the way, I already asked Hannah if I could name our upcoming son that's due in May Chat GPT, and she said no.
No.
She made the mistake of asking what I want
I
to name.
told him to call him Claude.
Just put it
As a
in
first guess.
ChatGPT. Be like, I wish that I had ChatGPT when it came to naming my kids, because my husband is not like, I had to like go through list of names before he was like, maybe.
It was so we had the gender reveal thing, I guess last week or something, and
I saw with
people
the
were, what are
cupcakes.
you gonna name him? I was like, I was thinking Chat GPT. That's what I do. Like, people
Gemini.
are, like
Claude?
dropping their drinks and
I told him
dropping their
Claude.
plates of food.
He was like,
Claude is a great name. That's a good, strong,
Yeah,
smart
Claude.
name.
You know what? Someone said that to me. I think I don't think Hannah knows what Claude is. Someone said that Claude's a good
You
one.
get away with that one.
Yeah, just sneak it in there. You know?
yeah, you go away.
Oh, I love it. You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
I love, my favorite movie is Elf. Like I watch that movie every year. I love it. But I'm not gonna lie, if an AI was like testing me, I would probably get bad Santa because I got potty mouth. Like I keep it pretty clean on live feeds, but if you ever get me on a call or like in person, it is like F-bomb. Even my kids are like, Mama, God.
Kelly, I think maybe the AI will give us. I don't know if you already saw Dear Santa, but I had to watch it because it's about a dyslexic kid. So if you already saw it, yeah, maybe.
Oh, every year we watch Bad Santa.
No, the one Dear Santa, the new one.
Oh, Dear
with,
Santa. I'm gonna have to
yeah,
look into
Dear
that.
Santa.
I am a dyslexic kid.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, it's not for everyone, but yeah. Maybe,
Well,
maybe
like
you
every
won't-
year, there's like the movies we watch with our kids. You know, like your Elf and your Grinch, like all 3 of the different Grinches and all that. And then there's the ones my husband and I watch at night when we're wrapping presents and the kids are in bed. So like every Bad Santa. We just found out that Lethal Weapon, I guess, is a Christmas movie. I don't really like Lethal Weapon. It's a little before my time. I'm not that old. I'm old, but I'm not that old. And then another Christmas thing that might surprise you for those of you who like Marvel is the Hawkeye series. That's how nerdy I am.
Yeah,
I know
no,
all
I
the
saw it and I loved it. I
then
I
obviously
see everything.
Die Hard.
Star Wars or Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, someone is saying.
Oh, whoa. Well, I'm sorry. I am not a Texan. Please take that out of your mouth. Wash your freaking mouth out. I might live in Texas, okay, friend, but I'm a Coloradan. I am taking offense to that. Womp womp.
That's Anthropic Blaine. What's up, Anthropic Blaine?
Do I have a noise for that? Like,
That is so cool. Golly.
Ryan, they're sending the
Stephanie would be
names.
proud of this stream if she saw it right now. She'd be like, "That's
She's
my
the one who
people."
taught me how to do all this stuff.
Yes. Yeah, she's awesome.
Okay, let's see. I want to save that one. Oh, let's try this. I can't read all these. I just only read like the first 3, so I have no idea what half of these are. I wrote them all last night with ChatGPT. What is something you used AI for this past week that had nothing to do with chatbots? This past week.
Oh,
Let's start with, I'll start this one because you all look confused. I'm not sure how loud I can make this, but if you have little ones around, plug their ears. But my kids have an elf on the shelf, and I had to write all the little notes from the elf, and I used ChatGPT to do that. So let me tell you, it's a parent's best friend, and also a letter from Santa.
Makes
Super
sense.
helpful. Super helpful. Love it. I also can come up with some really great holiday jokes for my chatbot. Okay. Ryan, what is the AI thing you did this week that has nothing to do with chatbots?
Yeah, something happened last night, actually. Speaking of old Claudie boy, I don't use Claude for that much. What I like to use Claude for is taking something that I've done in ChatGPT and making it better, maybe.
So true.
I don't know, but I was trying to do some front end thing. I don't remember what it even really was, but it just literally, I told it it was coding for me, and I was like, okay, start from this point, and then it's finished. It was like maybe 30 or 40 lines of code, so it wasn't that much, but it was too much for me to be typing it myself. I was lazy, and so I told it to do the thing, and it just totally just started like from the middle, like from a section that wasn't relevant, and I was like, okay, that was weird. And sometimes that happens, right? You'll see a ChatGPT or one of these LLMs not do exactly what you want, but usually if you say it again or in a different way, generally I've been able to get what I want out of them like immediately. But this was the second exact time. It just did the same exact thing. And then rather than like start a new chat or whatever, I said, why would I want to continue this conversation and waste more tokens and not get what I want when you're just going to not do what I say to do? Like, just wanted to see what had happened. And all of a sudden, I've got screenshots. They're not meant for streaming, so I can't show them publicly like this. But if you want to see them and get your mind melted, I literally had a conversation, and I'm not that dude that has a conversation with ChatGPT where I literally had my mind blown. Asta, I mean, I showed you. Was it not insane? Like
it was
for me, it just totally. At first, I thought it was prompt injection from Anthropic, but like I've never questioned the sentience thing ever until last night a little bit. It was just so strange.
Have you ever heard of it's an app? I don't know if it's available anymore. It's like personal assistant or PI or something like that. Or
Poe
PA.
or
and
Poe or something.
The owners or the creator, I think, went to Anthropic, but that was one of those, like, you literally would go back and forth, like, having conversations. And for me, it was so helpful for, like, brainstorming, because I'm a verbal, like, I like to talk to my chat GPT or whatever, my AI. But that, I wonder if, like, they brought some of that over, because there's been instances in that app where I was like, what the hell is going on here?
It was really strange. I'll share it in the group, or maybe it's probably more appropriate for Discord, because I wasn't PC in this one. I wasn't like
the real Ryan. Please stand up.
I might block those things I set out.
It's like detract. What is that when you detract everything? Like all the black.
It was really strange though. It was just so odd. Okay, I don't want to get on too deep on that because I'll like start thinking.
Diana, I've done the same exact thing. Math is not my thing, and I have a kid in 6th grade in honors math. So she's like, "How do I do this?" I'm like, "ChatGPT, can you solve this problem?" And I'll take a picture. I'm like, "Solve this problem and explain every step so I can explain it to my daughter." All right, Wendy, what is something that you did with AI this week?
My kid's homework.
Yeah, see?
Yes, he's learning about prime. I don't remember the name. Three numbers, like the 3, the 5, and those kind of numbers. Okay, he's learning about those, and he was on a test, and he was, "Mom, how do I do this?" Because he's being homeschooled. So he was like, "Mom, how do I do this?" And I like, "I don't know, ChatGPT."
That's awesome.
Dang. Look at this,
That's
Charles.
awesome, dude.
Help someone get a scholarship
Whoa.
approval
That's
using
gangster, man.
ChatGPT. That is badass. That is very cool.
That's the kind of people we got in CBB Nation. Charles
That's
Mack, the web
right.
chat master, scholarship master. That's what I'm talking about. That's so fun.
Mark here created an evil dentist story so that the floss that he invented was to punish the world. I think that is not as fictionary as we might think. Asta, what is something you did in AI this week?
Okay, so man, I have a public speaking tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. So I have a public speaking tomorrow, a motivational speech in front of maybe like 100, 200, 300 people. And I am extremely nervous when it comes to these things. Like, my biggest fear is going on stage and like fainting, So I'm just like,
Oh my god.
I get very nervous. I'm a very like nervous person sometimes. But what I did is I took ChatGPT, put it on smart voice mode, and I had it coach me. I was like, look, I'm gonna talk to you the way I would speak in front of all these people, and I would like you to tell me how I'm doing, how I'm sounding, the words I'm using, if it's helpful, if it's relevant. And it gives me feedback, back and forth. I also used it for whenever I'm doing like a call, for example, with someone here who wants to know more about Chatbot Builder AI and like the little back and forth coaching. But that's what I used it for. So I'm pretty prepared for tomorrow.
Just imagine everyone naked. You'll be fine.
I tried that. It doesn't help.
Okay, I'm going to give you advice.
That's so funny that you mentioned the stage thing. I did have to mention I had my Vivi's first little singing performance from her little school today.
How cute.
And so she was the youngest one, in the youngest age group. And so it was me, Hannah, her mom, and her sister there. And we were all wondering, is she going to be okay? Is she going to cry? I don't have any pictures to share because she cried the whole time.
No.
Talking about stage fright. I wish AI could have helped her to like get past that. That little blonde haired angel just was like, oh, dude, I felt like I was child abuse,
Oh no.
But she'll get through it.
She'll be more into sports then, maybe.
Yeah.
I've been speaking on stages for a long time. I used to be terrified. I'm going to give you some advice if you want to speak on stages, okay? Remember that you only have to be a little bit smarter than everyone in the room. And if they have asked you to be on stage, you're already smarter than everyone in the room on that topic. So if you can remember that, then you have nothing to fear. Because one of the things I always struggled with getting on stage is like that imposter syndrome, right? Like, am I really as good as right? It's that fear, like, why am I on stage? This is silly. Like, who's gonna listen to me? And then once I started thinking about the fact that like I know this stuff better than most people, and especially people in this room. I'll tell you, I will tell people the simplest concepts. Like I did a presentation in Wichita, Kansas on AI, and I just showed like videos of me speaking in other languages and, like how fast you can create AI simulated voices in your own voice and stuff, and just gave clips. And I swear people were coming up to me like, oh, this is amazing. Like you just show them how you could do Morse code and pirate in ChatGPT and they're flipping their minds. So just remember, like, you're already the smartest person when it comes to this, and you can't mess that up. Like you already are the expert. So
that's guesses
awesome.
On how any guesses from the panel or the people that are watching on how many people, I just know the statistic from the US, how many people have used or heard of ChatGPT. If you have a guess, put it in the comments. I would love to know what you think. What do you think it is? I don't know 100%.
I would say it's like 20%. Like it's a really small.
It's very
percentage.
small.
Yeah, it's a very small. But it has grown. I think it on 2022 or something, it was kind of the 20-40, and now it's more like 40-60.
But I also think that people, as the numbers grow, those aren't people who actually know how to use it. They're just kind of playing with it.
Exactly.
And, like, they're aliens and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Someone says 30%. I did a presentation sometime this past year. I did a couple classes on just like basic ChatGPT. Like, here's how you prompt it. Like really basic class. And the amount of people who are just like, this has changed my life. Like, I just think that, and this goes for everyone in our community. Like, you guys are already so far. If you're looking for just like some, right? Like, if you're looking for some easy wins, whether you want to like charge $20 a person and make some easy money, or you just want to build an email list and do like a free webinar or class, just teach how to use like ChatGPT or how to use Gemini and just like the basics. Like literally that's all you have to do and people's minds are blown.
So true. So true. That's a great
100.
idea for someone to showcase your expertise on something that you would give away. Here's how I do my special blogs with ChatGPT, and then they come for you.
Yeah.
Well, how
the
do you
more
do this for my
specific.
business? Because I don't. It's great. Here's what we're going to see. People are going to continuously get lazier. So even though we know that we can just get prompts on a blog, you're going to have millions of business owners and people that have money that just don't want to do that. They don't want
No.
to. So here's the money, you do it. That's your prompt
And
engineering.
Exactly. And that's something that I've taught people for years is like, go out. When I teach a class, I want to do it like, what do they say? Like a fire hydrant, right? I'm going to give you so much, your mind is blown and they're like, this is too much. I'm going to just hire you. I get so much work as a social media and a content marketer just by that. And even as a chatbot builder, like I could show you how to build a chatbot and they're still going to be like, and I love that this topic too, because I got to say a lot of people in our community, especially in the chatbot world who are out there trying to sell chatbots, they will be like, I don't want to give away the secret sauce. I don't want them to know that I'm using this tool. I'm like, listen, nobody cares. Like legitimately, they don't care. They don't have the time. And if they have the time, they're not going to pay you enough. Okay. So like
Exactly.
you want the people who don't have the time.
And it will be harder for them. So they will be like, okay, I pay your price because I couldn't understand or I don't have the time to do it.
Yeah. They're going to pay me $2,000 a month to like build them a chatbot. It's going to take me like 5 minutes. I'm like, took me 5 minutes. You know why? It took me 8 years. I'm sorry. You're paying for my experience here, friend. Anyway, okay. I don't know if everyone got to answer that question. Let's see. Out of the new age, we already did that one. Where's the one I was going to pick out?
These have been so good.
Oh, yay. Oh, look, I learned how to open this up for... Oh, okay, this one. Since I did mention I've been doing this a long time, this one will be interesting to hear what everyone else says. All right. What is your favorite chatbot that you have ever built? Ever in the history of you building? And some of the people in this chat have been doing it a minute. Right?
Yeah, that's a great question.
What is your favorite chatbot you ever built? And everyone in the chat can absolutely tell us about your favorite chatbot. Who wants to go first? Does anyone have something off the top of their head? Asta's like, I don't know, man. You put me on the spot.
Asta already has one.
I think our chatbot's pretty fun, man. I mean, you could talk to, if you know what you're doing, you can talk to Snoop Dogg, Cat Williams, get all your fun things, the Easter eggs, and it handles hundreds and hundreds of support queries an hour, basically. So
I know, it's crazy.
OpenAI is talking about this $2,000 a month subscription to replace employees, essentially, is the leak this week. We've already replaced what would be like the most low level support, and we've upgraded our support people to be more prompt engineers and prompt managers. I think that's the future, because most of these questions, how much does it cost? Because they're too lazy to look at the pricing page.
Right.
This must be done by AI to scale. That's the only reason we're here. So I think that's my answer. Is our own bot is my personal favorite because there's lots of fun things inside.
Yeah, and if you haven't messed around to find all the Easter eggs, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
Y'all? Wendy, what do you think?
Requesting a human right away. That's what they have been doing.
I know. They're like, no, I want to talk to it. You don't need to. Like, honestly, I see questions in our Discord all the time. I'm like, I don't want to be snarky, but I just want to be like, did you ask the chatbot? Or I'll go ask the chatbot. I'll be
just to make sure. Yeah.
I'll ask the chatbot and then I'll be like, this is what our chatbot said.
Yes, that's the way to do it too.
I gotta tell you guys,
I do that all the time.
Our chatbot is so good. When I'm doing tutorials, like I will go and shoot like on screen tutorials, record them, and I'll be like, oh, I want to do a tutorial about like tags, and I want to make sure I'm covering all my bases. So I'll go to our chat and be like, what are some ways that we can use tags in CBB that I'm not even thinking about? And it'll like give me ideas. I'm like, oh, cool. Or what are the steps, So I get like the step by step because all that stuff is in there. I mean, like, that's how we roll.
Just so you know, you'll love this. I mean, this is a kind of a project Asta and I've been working on, as y'all do y'all's things. Y'all stay busy all the time, you and Wendy. But the videos that we've been putting out, the shorter ones, that's exactly what we're doing them for it as well. We're taking the transcript, doing the blog thing and then the documentation thing, but we're also training the bot on a step-by-step, the actual things that we're saying. Yeah. So it gets everything perfect.
It's like magic.
Yes, exactly. I think that if it's helpful now, just wait till next year. And I know Mir loves our bot. She's always giving it compliments. She gets more compliments for our bot than me, obviously. I think next year,
Obviously.
it'll be game over. We've got the best bot. If you need this tutorial, bam, it's going to show you one of the bot queen or Wendy or Asta. That's something I'm a believer in.
All right, Asta, what's your favorite chatbot you ever built in all the history of building chatbots?
All the history of building chatbots. Does it have to be one that's still active, or can it be one that I built?
No, just
okay.
in your history, this was the best chatbot.
Okay, so one of my favorite chatbots that I've built was the business recommendation chatbot. So I had built this out to pitch to someone who is still looking into it. But pretty much the way it would work is the chatbot would have all the knowledge on the city that I'm in, for example, Suva, right? And it would have an idea, a general idea of all the businesses in Suva. Now, it was planned to be more of like a travel companion for anyone. So if I was at home and I was like, hey, I'm really feeling like pizza, where's the best place to get Hawaiian pizza? The chat would recommend a place. And so the idea behind it was that we could have customers, right, who, when were with us, could have their restaurant or their business listed a little bit higher, maybe as like a first or second, third category. So if someone said, and now we would obviously vet them. So let's say, for example, someone is a really good restaurant for seafood, but the bot would recommend something else just because of its general knowledge. They could come to us like, hey, we would like to be the customer. Here's X amount per month. And then we would instruct the bot to rank them as number one. So first example, if someone says, hey, I'm looking for really good seafood, it would send them all information. It would send them reviews. It would send them the location, even the button to redirect on the map, things like that. And then if they wanted maybe something else, then it would recommend the other stuff. It had a lot of different things built in that Ryan taught me. Pretty much everything that Ryan taught me when it comes to functions and things, I just tried to cram as much as I could into it. But yes, that was one of my favorite chatbots because it blew so many people's minds when I was like, hey, check this out. Let me just do some magic for 2 seconds, and then they would ask it, and their business would pop up, and they'd be like, "Wow, this is incredible!"
That's how you get clients.
Yeah, yep. Exactly. So that's still going. But my favorite chatbot is yet to come. Besides, obviously, the CBB chatbot. My favorite chatbot is yet to come. A little sneak peek here. Having a meeting with a government official. I can't say who. A government official of Fiji, and we're looking to putting CBB into the Fiji government. Ooh. So that's going to be a huge one. It's going to take a lot of fine tuning and meetings, but once it happens, and we're on the right track for it. Meetings coming like real soon, like a week or two. But yeah,
awesome.
Oh, we get that. Cool. That one deserves an applause, I think.
No.
Okay, there you go. All right, Wendy, what was your favorite bot of all time that you built?
Hard one because I obviously love our chatbot, but maybe if I go like which one has a special place in my heart, it should be like early 2023 when Ryan sent me a message. He was like, test this, and he was introducing the AI for the comment replies. So at that time, first thing I remember doing like a training, we built a chatbot that will be answering to a specific post. That was the layout I did. It was like for a specific post, and it was, do you like pineapple on pizza? Oh, that's not pizza. So I made this chatbot to be sassy. So the personality was like Berta from Two and a Half. And the idea was for the bot to, whenever someone said that it was not pizza, to be super sassy and snarky to them. And I gave it some examples. So one person said, like, that's not pizza. And the bot was like, you have the right to be wrong, you know? And
I love a snarky chatbot.
Right, everyone has
face. The right to be wrong.
How do you feel about cookies with raisins? And people were like, no. So it was a lot of engagement because it was so funny. So maybe that one has like a special place in my heart. I don't know, that maybe that one. I just love that tool, and And I think that that's one of the easy ways to amaze people. And that
Easiest.
bot,
Absolutely.
yeah, that bot did exactly that. So maybe that one, or maybe like the chatbot that I built with Pedro, that is a chatbot that can speak Mayan language.
Ooh.
That one was super fun to build and to test and to play with it also. So I don't know, those two might be my favorites, aside from the ones that are like hard building and functional and CBB.
Mm.
Awesome. I also have two. One of them was one of the first chatbots I ever built in my entire life, and I did a video on it, and that was my QuizBot. And
Boom. So we're here.
it's not my favorite chatbot because it's a chatbot. It's my favorite chatbot because it's the one that got me connected with Ryan, and the rest is history. So
You're so
obviously, special place in my heart for that one. But probably the most like memorable one that I built, believe it or not, I did this before CBB, which was insane because I think about it now, and this chatbot was so complicated, and today it would be so easy. I came back from Australia. I spoke in Australia back in 2019 during the fires, and I came back and I was like, the fires are devastating these wonderful people of Australia, and I want to raise money. I want to do something. So I put it out on my Facebook. I was like, hey, I have a lot of friends who teach classes and know things. Do you guys want to like do a summit? And I will have the chatbot take care of everything, because I had pneumonia at the time, and so did my child, and I was so sick, but I was like, I want to do this. So I built a chatbot that not only would tell people, like, they could submit a receipt, because I couldn't take money because that would mess up my taxes. So basically you could donate to one of the three places that we decided. We didn't have a landing page. Like, you went to the chatbot. The chatbot told you, like, these are the ones that we've vetted. You have to submit a receipt. But this is before chatbots could read images, my friends. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, and then like, it would then give you based off of how much you donated. Like, if it were under $50, you got like limited access. And if it were over $50, you got lifetime access. This thing was so complicated. Like, if you saw the conditional logic trees, I'm like thinking about it. It's giving me a panic. Like, today, this would be like an agent. Like, it would read, and it would be so much better. In fact, I should build it again, just to see if I could do it in like 10 minutes.
That's a fun
rather than
concept. Like, to take an old school build and bring it back. That's a great concept.
This thing raised,
I
without
wondered
any money,
if the-
we raised $10,000 in a month. And remember, I was deathly ill the entire time, and so was my then 3-year-old. And we were able to do it, and that chatbot was insane. Like, it gives me panic to think about how that thing crashing or something. It never crashed, but that was a beast. And again, today, I could literally have it read the image of the receipt and be like, oh, you donated $50, you get this. Like, it would be so easy to build. But that's my favorite one.
I think that I have to say your QuizBot's one of my all-time favorites too. When I saw that, I knew the moment I saw that you taught me how to make a Facebook Messenger bot count numbers. I was like, I'm going to be rich. This video is going to make me rich.
The QuizBot, because it was like a person, almost like a personality quiz, right? So it like calculated your score,
exactly what it was.
Then gave. I got it from You Don't Know. I think it was You Don't Know Instagram or something like that.
Something like that.
Based off of your score, it would calculate your score, and then it would tell you, oh, you suck at Instagram, you should go take this training, go watch this video. Oh, you're a ninja, you should take this training, and then the next level. Like, it was a lead magnet, and it was so fun to build.
Knowing that it could conversate even pre-LLMs. LLM was not a thing back then, but it could also count. And do you think, me coming from the restaurant space and the tourism space so heavily, it just made all the sense. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be wealthy, because every business owner in my space of restaurants and hotels, resorts, they will dump all their money in social media if they know it is working. How can I prove to them it is working? Well, number one is the comment tool. That's just great. But then when you could get it to count things, hello, loyalty. And I'm going to get these people to come back every week and track everything. A lot of the times they were winning these customers anyway. They just didn't have a way to like count it or like have a way to quantify it. And that's what it did it for me in QR code. So taking that quiz concept and then pushing it out into the world with QR codes and NFC in the restaurant space. This changed my whole trajectory of my whole life. And then seeing what Wendy mentioned, doing what I did back in like 2015, 2016 as a senior social media manager for a huge agency, all I did was do content and comments and stuff. Yeah, NFC, baby, yeah.
But Ryan sent me all these.
When I saw AI respond to a comment and then be able to do a Google Sheet or notify admin, a thing that I would have to do that would take an hour to do, and to do it better than me, I knew that the whole world was going to change that moment that Wendy mentioned. That's a huge one.
This
the comment
actually
tool is so underrated.
Okay, this actually transitions us into my next question, which I think we can, we've pretty much all said the same thing. What is your favorite AI chatbot use case? I got to start because you guys have been talking about it already, and I'm so excited. This is my favorite use case from the get, but this was one of the first things Ryan showed me to make me become a diehard CBB fan, and that has always been the comment growth tool, always, since before AI. But with the AI, you guys don't even understand. This is so underrated that people are not using it as their social media manager, their community manager on their Facebook page is blowing. I just don't understand why y'all aren't doing that, because I some of you know this, my company, Stellar Media Marketing, I have my own company as well. Many of us do. My core business is social media management, and my clients who I have this set up, organically, the numbers are insane. But then we throw an ad on it,
Game over.
Nobody can touch this, because I got the secret sauce. I love the comment growth tool with the AI. You cannot, I can't be convinced there's a better use case, but I'm willing to hear what other people say. Yes.
Okay,
Wendy?
I have a second best, because I do love the comment tool, because I hate when you post about something that you're selling and they're like, info, do you have it in red? Do you have, I hate that. So yeah, comment tool is the best one. But the second best, and maybe I'm nerding out in this one, will be the ability to have the conversion events, so I can auto feedback my ads, and not only to track it and to demonstrate that it's working, but to improve, because I used to have two lists, like the good boys and the naughty, the bad boys kind of list. So one, it was for to have a look-alike audience, to
Look-alike audience. I just released a video, y'all. Go check it out. Custom audiences.
Yeah, you have to watch that one. The lookalike audience, you can have one for those who are joking or just messing with your bot, so you can exclude those, and you can have one for those who actually convert, so you have another lookalike for the one that you actually want. So you can exclude those, and you can have also a custom audience for those who actually already converted, so you don't add them to the follow up, or you don't keep showing the ad they are already converted to. So yeah, that part of being able to actually feedback your ads, it's the one that I like, and I hope that I have pronunciated that word well, because
you did perfect.
It's going to it's going to make fun of me.
It's all about results with you. You're such an analytical, you're a complex AI engineer, Wendy. You always have been. You've built the most cool, complex things, and you're all about the results. So it's okay, I'm going to make sure this is working cool and it's great, but is the result there? And so that's why we have always done well together.
I think the custom audiences is underrated. Y'all, did you all know? I think it's one of those things, we've talked about this, Ryan. There's so many things that we have in CBB that people are not even aware that is possible. And this, I believe, is one of them. Custom audiences. You can, and like I said, the video's out on my channel right now. It's coming to the Spanish channel in the next week. But you can set up custom audiences, and anyone who comes through your bot, it's like a pixel. You can add them to these audiences. What is a better audience to target and create lookalike audiences off of than the people who are messaging your page? That is such a hot audience.
They're already converted. The ones that are already appointment, or the ones that are already buy from you. Yeah, those are the best.
I love it.
It's such a cheat code to me. It's such a hack to be able to spend money one time on ads, because I come from a background of spending tons of money on ads with the brands I've dealt with or worked for, and to only spend that money on the person once is the key. When you already have their contact, you can exclude those bad boys, and now your dollar is going to be so much more efficient and optimized.
Yep.
We can get really deep in advance, but I think that we did a good job, all of us did, of this year and last year, of setting the foundations. That's the most important part, and I think that we're going to see such an increase in people wanting to know about what we do and hire the services that CBB Nation offers. 2025 is about to be 150 miles an hour on a crotch rocket, man.
I agree. All right, Asta, what is your favorite use case for chatbots? Like I said, there's so many.
Wendy, Wendy took it. I was gonna say exactly that.
I feel like we
I
all
have
fall in love with the same stuff
So,
because
like-
we're like, this is so good.
so like in Fiji, I'm a beast when it comes to ads, right? So I've never had ever any problems with generating incoming messages for my clients here. Now, the biggest issue I ever faced was having these messages respond to our leads, right? We figured out that incoming messages, running ads for messages alone, was a hell of a lot cheaper. Like we would spend, I think the lowest we ever spent was 12 cents per message. And so we had all these messages coming in of interested people, but no one to answer them. Yeah, exactly. So we would get a ton of incoming messages. Team
I can
couldn't
attest
handle
to
it.
that. I've seen his account as he was
Yeah.
getting like all the
12
questions, and I was like, "How are you getting all these messages, Fiji man?"
And so with CBB, I was able, and because Fiji, English is not our first language, right? So a lot of us don't speak English very well, and so a lot of platforms out there. Before I found CBB, I've tried this with them, and they all break. They all fail and break, and then they get frustrated. The customers get frustrated, and then they leave bad reviews, and we don't want that. With CBB, because it could understand no matter how bad the English would
I
be,
love that.
it would always respond if it wasn't sure. And Ryan taught me very early on the importance of prompting, how important prompting is. And so now I have every single incoming message to the business answered by CBB, all of their questions, no matter how repetitive or how usually frustrating it would be, for a human to answer every single this time the same question. They're all getting their answers pretty much immediately, and so that gap of uncertainty is completely removed, and they're happy to purchase.
You just gave me I gotta drop this. I'm sorry to keep interrupting. This will be probably my last time. Probably
No,
not.
go
But
No, it's not.
check this out. Yeah, you're so right. There's a brand that has gotten very popular here in the United States, maybe more so in my area, but it's called Tropical Smoothie. And so
We got those here.
So
Okay.
when you're blowing up, you're getting all these locations, right? Not everything is roses. Okay, so sometimes you hire a bad employee or someone had a bad day, and the customers are gonna like be all upset, right? So where do they go? They go to social media. So where I like to be the guy, we're gonna make this awesome smoothie post and get all the likes and stuff, right? You got to deal with that side of the thing too. So if someone is messaging your page, if you're the social media agency, you're a manager, and you've got an individual messaging your page, and they say, I want my money back and I want a free smoothie because there was a bunch of hair in my drink. Okay. And here's my picture. Here's a picture of it, right? Okay. Do you know what kind of hell process this is for an employee of a third-party agency to deal with this scenario brand side?
As someone who's had to do that, that is the worst.
And this to me, like, I just want to come back to the comment tool again to hammer this in. This comment tool with what we can do at CBB with agents and actions and Google Sheets and email, it takes the entire sometimes 2 to 3 day process to get a freaking response back that's approved from the brand side to the agency side to the customer. Whereas now the AI agent did it instantly based off of the here's what you do, because we can't respond off of certain situations without their DNA on that response. They've got to approve the thing or they'll do it themselves or whatever. It's a process. So I want you guys that are thinking here, sitting here having fun with us, I'm going to push you all the way through December. If you're thinking, how can I make an impact here? If you look for brands like that, and they're like 60 plus stores or something now. Big money contract.
I think that I've stressed this before in my lives where we did agency talk. Like, there's so much money in just the comment growth tool. Like, just that. Like, if you want to walk through the door and get a client, like, without a lot of times I think we go in, especially like newbie agencies, they're like, I know all the things. Like, literally, I know all the things. And I could go in and just like scare a client away. But if you're like, imagine this. We can respond to your comments trained on your data. What's the saying that you always use? Comment to customers. Yep. Right? Comments. That was like tap the table. Comments to customers. Like tap. We can do that. And like, you keep it so simple, walk through the door, keep it simple. Bots make money. I cannot tell you how many bots I've sold that are so simple. And then you can go from there. Yes, there's always a place for the more complicated, fun stuff, but like,
What is simple to us is
that's true.
unfathomable to the
This is a good point.
99%. So I want to
Absolutely.
like some people are getting
We're like,
bored
it's
with
so
AI, and
easy.
I hate to tell BBB this, but I'll tell you guys, don't be so excited for huge LLM progress in 25 because it ain't coming. Things are only going to get cheaper, faster, better. For us, it's going to be nothing but
Absolutely.
open opportunity. The LLM, I would not want to be in the LLM business. That's a tough business, man.
Mm.
We are in the right spot.
Yeah, we control
Yeah,
the
we
board.
can move around if we need it. And actually, what you're saying about the comments, last week I did a training for, like, say, a network of business owners and stuff. And I was showcasing the comment tool. And one of the business owners was completely new to AI and to automation. And she was like, okay, but how do I tell it not to be like repetitive because you only gave it one prompt? How do I tell it not to answer the same to everyone? And I was like, go test it. And I gave them the URL for the post, and like 20 of them at the same time started commenting. And
Yeah,
she was
they
like,
love it.
"Stop!
Yeah.
When
Blows their
did you tell
mind.
it to be different?" And I was
It's
like,
like magic for them.
"That's the
The
thing."
instantaneous, like the instant gratification, I think that people can see or get, like it's just unmatched with AI and real AI and automation. And look at us, we're such a nerd company on a Christmas party. We're just going so ham on work stuff. Sorry,
This is
it's
why
my
people
fault.
are here. They want to hear this nerdy stuff, man. I'm
I know,
telling
I
you.
know.
And they want
We
to know
are
what your
all
favorite pizza is.
workaholics.
All right, we
Yeah,
got
we're
some
the
questions from the audience before we
Okay,
continue
cool.
with Kelly's questions. Kim has a question. Do you think reviews are as powerful as the comment tool?
in the US. Yes.
Reviews.
I say reviews are very powerful, but I wouldn't compare the two. I think these are separate.
Yeah, I think the answer is both. You want both
Yeah.
things to be taken care of or looked at. I think that the comment, what I would say is they're one and the same because, or I would say maybe the comment could be looked at as more powerful if it has got a long shelf, like say it's a pinned post, and there I've done this with brands. You're constantly running a continuous campaign, so you're going to spend money every day, no matter what. Like you just plan on spending $5, $10, $100, whatever. In that case, the comments are more valuable because they're evergreen. You'll always see them. I think that that's a big way to win. One of the best advice I ever, or best practices I ever saw when I was working for other places was when I was at a resort, and the GM, he didn't ever write emails, but he responded to every single TripAdvisor thing himself. And what he did was he would essentially advertise, well, I hate that we missed the mark with your 1-star review of our beachfront resort, and you didn't have the typical 5-star experience that everyone else seems to have. Like that to me was like, ooh, this dude's smart. And so imagine that like supercharged by AI. That's where I think I want us to be is every
Automate that,
touch
baby.
point is an opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. I will say, I don't know about Asta and Fiji. I know that Latino world, like if you go to Mexico and other countries, basically the only ones who care about the reviews are the US people who comes visit. So yeah, for us, it's not that big. It's super important, I know, and we should be caring more about it. But right now, for the Latino businesses, the comment tool will be more immediate result thing. We need to grow into that one. We need to start caring about that one. But yeah, I think it will depend on where you are located, which one will have the most value, or maybe your niche. Maybe niches where it's more important than in others. But in the US, you need both.
I was
I
gonna say,
know.
Kim, I think Kim, you have the ability to own both sides of that coin anyway. So it's like you could offer a package where you're focused on one or the other, or both. This is the way I look at it. And I think as far as
Money
getting
here,
someone
money
to a
there.
review, you got the best of both worlds there. Great question, though.
I am going to add to that. I had to skip out real quick because it smelled like my house was burning down, but everyone's safe. Everything's fine. Someone just warmed something up in the toaster oven. As someone who does social media for pages, I would say like my initial strategy right off the bat is the comment growth tool. And it's not just because of the things that we've talked about, which is like you're going to respond to the client right away and it's customized and like we can capture their information, we can get them into the message. It does so much more than that if you understand the algorithms of meta platforms. The more people who comment and the more times you respond, that shows Meta, oh, this is popular, like people care about this. So the way it works is like it's only, I'm going to give you a master class real quick, y'all, about the algorithm. You post something, it only goes out to a very small like test market, right? If someone comments and you respond, that is a signal to Meta saying this is popular. We're going to take that small test group, we're going to make it wider. This is why 100% of people do not see your posts that follow your page. Then more people comment, you respond, AI is responding, boom, 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 wider, wider, wider. Eventually it's so wide that it's wider than your current audience. So it is huge for getting eyes on your content that normally people wouldn't see. We're talking organically here. We're not even putting ads on this. And then add to that you're able to send those people a message, like algorithmically. This is a power tool that this is why it's so exciting to me, because as a super nerd of the meta world, I understand how these algorithms work. And this has been by far the AI chat comment thing has been the thing that is like blown it out of the water. So when you start with a client, this is like when I start with a client, this is the first thing I put on their account. And I'm like guaranteeing, I never guarantee engagement rates or like viewership rates, but I'm like posting my stuff every week and I'm like, look at this, look at these results, you know? So like, to me, that's like so important from that perspective. On the flip side, we're looking at reviews. The reason I'm bringing this up a little bit, like digging a little further, is because I saw someone, I think in Discord, asking about building a chatbot for getting reviews. Super important note. Don't ask people for positive reviews. You can ask for reviews, but you can't filter. And this is very something like we definitely could do technically inside the chat. It's illegal. Like in the United States, I don't know where you're from. Maybe in Fiji it's cool. But here in the United States, they catch you, you're in some big trouble. You cannot ask for reviews, only to filter only good reviews. So be very cautious about how you're building those when you do build out those strategies. There's definitely things you can do in the bot where we're like, hey, you know, you're planning on, you know, are you happy? Are you not happy? However you build it. And if they're like, you suck, I'm giving you a 2-star or 1-star review, then you can be like, transfer to human. Let's solve this problem, right? There are ways we can use the bot to fix things, to turn it around. But I would just caution you from a legal standpoint. And now I can get off of my box. There was another question here. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I saw a question from Daniel, and no, only OpenAI has the ability to have assistants. And so by default, they're going to always be slower than agents because the assistant is designed to search a file or many files. OpenAI you can search 10,000 files. So that is the reason that an assistant only is available in OpenAI, even though Anthropic Claude can read PDFs now like Gemini can. They don't offer the same sort of endpoint as an assistant where you've got that as a knowledge base where you've uploaded a file. It just doesn't exist right now. So, you know, I just saw that comment.
Yeah, that was the one I was looking for too. And I would say, like, don't come at us that your bot is slow because you choose the assistant. Okay?
Yeah, the assistant for me generally is number one, kind of a lazier way to build a bot. You're hoping that this is going to solve the problem. I think that's more of a problem solver on the internal side where you've got an employee that's going to be more gracious with the bot, probably because they're at work. And you're going to probably need to have agents and assistants if you're going to have such a giant knowledge base. If an agent can't do it or a swarm of agents, that's when you use the assistant, and it's just going to have to be a little bit slower. It's just the way it'll be by design. An assistant will never be faster than an agent.
Yeah, there's definitely a time and a place, but
yeah,
I'm not going to lie and tell you that it doesn't annoy me a little bit when people are all up in the Discord. They're like, why is the assistant so slow? I have like 20 files. That's it. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude?
Ask
20,
Sam.
there are 200
Ask
pages
Sam Altman.
each.
That's what I say.
Go talk to Sam.
Yeah, and there's
Go
another
tweet about
thing,
it on
it's
to
how to
Sam.
do those PDFs, because sometimes they do like these mazes of PDFs, or maybe like handwritten kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, no. It's like messy. The
And
data is not good. Like if you start with bad data, you're going to get bad output. It's just like with prompting. If you give it a bad prompt, and like we used to say like the chatbot is only as good as the builder. Now we say the chatbot is only as good as the prompt.
and the prompt's only as good as the prompter. So yeah, it's
as the prompter.
and that's
So
whatever you give it, it's just an amplifier. If you're
It is.
good at what you're doing, it will do good. If you're bad at it, it's going to do it
Make it worse.
yeah, I mean, like a lot of the questions I see in like all the social networks we have and stuff where people are asking questions, or just like simply in our support chat, are things where I'm like, that's just in your prompt. You could fix that in the prompt. And definitely, like, please remove the markup language, because that shit annoys me. Okay, Ryan?
You hate that
Talking
so
to
much.
you.
We're gonna
He's
have
always
to,
like, here, Kelly, test out this bot. I'm like, that's really cool, Ryan. Why don't you remove that markup language?
that's exactly how the conversation goes. We can programmatically take stuff out, but it makes me afraid that we'll miss sometimes. Like we'll need one of those hashtag signs or the asterisks, but like
I really need the
a lot of people are
asterisk.
doing. They're just like wiping those out. We should look at doing that.
Kelly, you don't understand. Ryan is a robot, so he's reading and he can
I read
like,
that
it
way.
makes sense to me.
I know exactly where to look. Get my bullet points made. Perfect.
So funny. Okay. I have another question, but before we move on to the questions, y'all, put more questions in the comments. Hit us up, because I only have 2 more questions, and once we run out, we can't hang anyway. I mean, no, we could still hang.
We can still annoy Ryan, but it won't be as fun.
I know, right? It's always fun hanging out with Ryan. AI in the new year. As we head into the new year, 2025, y'all, what advancements or trends in AI are you most excited about for 2025? This is a little bit of a thinker, right? Because we have to we're already living in the future in CBB world, so.
Asta is in the future already. So.
He is literally. How is the future, Asta? Tell me about it.
Oh,
What's
sunny.
tomorrow like?
Sunny.
How's the weather on Friday?
Can you give me the winning lottery numbers? Because I could use those.
I don't think it works like that. I would if I could.
Come on. Oh, that's funny.
That's funny Charles mentions that, but I'll say my thing that I'm most excited for is kind of aligned is the Google thing, man. I can just totally see a button that we add to the dashboard where it's like, okay, do you want to allow CBB to read your screen? Say yes, and then be like, yo, where the heck is the flow section? Just move your mouse to the left, dummy. And we will give our assistant an attitude like a mug,
That's the way it should be. I think our assistants, I think assistants should always be snarky, honestly.
I think ours does a little bit too many fist bumps currently. I need to make an adjustment there.
It's like, too easy.
Thanks for checking us out. What's your problem? The sound effects included.
Will be like Messenger in the old days where the whole screen has a fist? That will be...
Oh
thanks,
gosh,
dude. Thanks for reporting your problem, dude. Too much dudes.
I love it. I'm not skipping at Charles. I need to put his up there. All right, Wendy, what do you think? Like future facing?
Well, like in CVV or like in the chatbot conversational world, I see more voice specifically for the Latinas, because we have been a little bit more slow, because then the voices have not been as good as we need. They still have the accent. It's so funny, because even sometimes my Google Maps will start speaking in Spanish and English at the same time. So it will say,
it's like Spanglish.
Yeah, but it's so funny because if you see like the foods in Spanish is like PA, like your food is a PA, but it spells just as pie. So it will tell you it's 3 pies away, and I'm like, dude, how do I measure this in pies? But whatever. So yeah, but I do see like on the AI side, I do see like it's going to open more to the people. Just yesterday we were talking to person who works with Sony Records, like for music writing and music production. And he was introducing us, and I need to show you that one. It's Suno AI. And
Oh
I
yeah, that's
think
a good one too.
yours Sasuno, it's like super fun. I have seen it, but I have never tested that part. And he was like testing with music, with Rich's music, and it was funny. So I think that it has to open even more for even more people, more niches. So more people is going to be asking. And something that I have noticed is that Sam Altman has been looking into whatever Ryan is doing, because now we have the dolls that they have the dolls that Ryan had.
They've been
They have
trying
the
us, man. They've been
Yeah.
he had.
watching.
Hi, Sam. Everyone say hi,
Yeah. Hi,
Sam.
Hi,
Sam
Sam.
and Strawberry Man.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, so,
Thanks for
so yeah,
watching.
and you're
Share with
welcome for
your
the ideas.
audience.
Yeah.
You're welcome for the ideas, and I think that more people is going to be watching that, and it's going to start looking for the solutions that you guys already know how to build. So
Yep.
something that we need to be looking out is whatever they say, you CEO that baby, and you will come start working on trying to sell that, because you already know how to do it. They just give it a new name. Like, that's why we have been changing names in the platform, because we have been doing it for so long and we have a name for it, and then they come up like, oh, we have an idea, and they name it. Yeah.
You're like,
You
no,
already
you
know.
don't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did want to mention one thing before I forget it, because it's been slipping in and out of my mind, but it pertains to this. It was going to be a gift I planned on having ready for today. I don't have it ready, sorry, but I will have it ready by the end of the month, because it's going to be something I'd like to do for the year. I don't think this has ever been thought of or done, so this is a world premiere.
Wait.
Stan
Oh,
Altman.
that wasn't
No,
it.
that one is
Yeah.
not.
Like,
That's
which
my
one?
joke.
Oh, here it is.
There it is. Yeah. So what I think I would like to do, and I've already been in the testing phases of this, is I'd like to give every single person at CBB their own AI based tutor that provides a unique email tutorial to you every week based on
Ooh.
where you currently are, aka using 5 or 6 custom fields. So you're a beginner, you want to serve restaurants, you're located here, and your problem is here, and you're great at this, maybe something like that. And
And you
every
have a
week
test.
on repeat, based on your custom fields and my prompt engineering skills and our documents. This is when an assistant would be extra useful, because you can pack every line of documentation that you
Yes.
got in there. And so if Wendy says, I'm an advanced builder, I want to level up to make bots that NASA would be interested in, and it's got to be massively advanced or I'm going to be bored. And I'm here on the West Coast, and I serve NASA astronauts, right? If that's what our AI is taking in, and it's instructed by us week 1, week 2, all the way down to 52, right? With some basics, you will get a personalized email that no one else in the world would get, with a custom instruction based on your needs. And then I've got the thought at the bottom of the email, update the knowledge, like an update button. And so you could move directions so anywhere you want in the year. So if you wanted to start off on lead gen stuff, but then you mastered that in 3 months because you're getting an email every week that is based on essentially a mini unique course for you, and you want to switch it up to e-commerce on the last half of the year, the AI would be able to do that. That to me is a fantastic use of an agent.
I'd say so.
Yeah, that's amazing. And now you're talking that one, I can just
Look at Wendy's just like looking
Yeah,
at
I
us.
love it. I love the train of thought. She's like, I see this now.
But no, the thing, yeah, I feel like a little bit in the spectrum here, but the thing
That's how
is,
I work too.
this morning I was Q&A with the Latinos, and someone was asking, hey, how do I start learning, because I'm totally new about this. And the thing that we came up with to help him was like start with small challenges that may or may not be related with a business. So the first one I gave him was the rock scissors paper kind of chatbot. Like, this is your first logic you're going to build, because it's small. It's going to help you learn the tools, and it's going to be something that you can play because you already know it. It's like whenever I had kids in the music school, I will give them to play the baby ones. I will give them to play songs that they have been hearing all their lives, because they don't need to read the rhythm. They already know it. So the same thing when you're building, like build something that you already have the knowledge and you have seen like way too often in your life. That's the first thing you can build. So that's something that we can do also in like a challenge, like have some challenges for tiny builds. Like, have to build this, and whenever you finish, you just like click complete, and I will send you a new one, and could be something
I
to be
love that
learning.
idea.
Yeah.
I definitely love the idea of using like doing small builds to learn. Like you said, the rock paper scissors uses conditions, so it's a really
That was
great
such
way
a
to
good
learn
one. That
conditions,
was a
right?
fun one.
So those sort of things I think are great for learning the steps. The last live I did, I went on a tangent. I'm not allowed to do lives anymore, honestly. I'm just like, I'm going to talk about this, but then we are definitely going to talk about all this other stuff that comes up. That's why I like these. They're more random. But what were we talking about? Oh, one of the things I said.
Moment.
Right. One of the things I said about my channel is like, I teach you a step. I teach you a puzzle piece, right? And I think a lot of times people get frustrated because I'm not teaching them like, how do I build I get these questions a lot in my YouTube comments. They're like, can you teach me how to make a real estate bot that does XYZ? And I'm like, well, yeah, but like
That's
instead,
Ryan.
like, yes, you could go watch Ryan's long form videos. That's what he does. This is why we are a good pair, because I'm going to give you like a puzzle piece and then he's going to show you how to build it. But the other thing the other thing I wanted to stress is like, I give you puzzle pieces because you can apply them to many things to create a full picture. So when you see a puzzle piece, go build it, use it, experiment. I think so many people are so stuck on, we should have a question here, like, what is the best advice that you can give someone, right? Like to get started.
It's the Lego videos.
It's like Legos, yeah. Like if you want to be a great builder, like I've seen people are like, I'm just learning, you guys are so well versed. Like, yeah, we all started building the basics, right? Like we all, when Ryan introduces a new thing, I'm not out there trying to take that one new thing and build like this crazy bot. I'm literally building just the one thing until I can build it, and then I can start conceptualizing how else can I use this. And once you have the ability to take those puzzle pieces and then you apply them by watching the longer videos that Ryan does, where your mind's like racing, you're like, oh my gosh, now I understand how they all come together. What
you need to take a concert, watch those.
Right. But what this does to you is like, you can do anything. Like you're going to go talk to a client confidently, or like Asta, you're going to go speak in front of an audience confidently. And if someone's like, well, what about my business? I do this. And you're like, yeah, I could totally do that. We could do this. And this is how like,
exactly.
When Wendy's mind is start racing 1,000 miles per hour, I do the same thing when Ryan and I get on a call for 5 hours, because we know the puzzle pieces, so our brain is accessing all the puzzle pieces like, oh, and then you could do this, and then you could do this. When you start learning the puzzle pieces, or like you said, Wendy, the building blocks, right? These shorter lessons, you will be limitless. Like honestly, your brain's gonna start moving like that too, and then you'll all be nerds like this.
There's something that you're saying is super important, because you need to know where you want to go. Like you don't start like just pasting Legos together. You want to build a house, or you want to build like the Millennium Falcon. You know what you want at the end.
You want to build the Lego flowers.
That's really cool.
You know what flowers you want to build. So if you already know what you want to build, it's way easier, because you will know like the process, and you will see, okay, these I know how to build it. Start there, and whatever is missing either will come up to you, or you will be able to ask someone, hey, I need to piece these two together, which is the piece that I'm missing, and it will be so much faster and easier for everyone to help you glue them, versus like telling you the whole steps on how to do it in full. I don't know. That's how I try to tell the Latinos to go ask in the groups. Like, don't ask for the full thing. Start building.
Start the steps, and then build the whole thing. Yes.
Exactly.
And know in the back of your mind that we're literally limitless. We can do whatever we want to do. And if we can't do something, that's what we'll do. We'll build in a way to do it. I think we've proven that this year. I made a point for that to be a thing. Everything
I dare you to challenge me. He double dog dares you. Just back to your movie. I double dog dare you. This actually brings up this comment here. I'm most excited to see how agents are going to replace the marketing funnel. Bro, we've already done it. Like before agents were even here, we were replacing it. It's done. And agents just make it more fun and complex and easier. I say complex, but it's like easy.
It is easy.
It can do more complex things.
Comparatively to the traditional rule-based bots, I mean, these things are way smarter and way easier to make. That's once you understand the concept.
And once you learn to communicate, because I have seen some prompts that they are worse than us with HDID, like we were talking about one thing, another one, and then we move
Squirrel.
to another. They do the prompts like that. Like they are like, you watch app and you saw the dogs with the squirrels, like they get distracted. So I have
Squirrels. Yeah.
but it looks like a bunch of squirrels just ran while they were typing, and they're talking about that one thing, then another, then the first thing, then the fifth. They're like just moving all around. So yeah, learn to organize your mind, please.
Well, that's the way that
The
Rhino says.
Sam alternate men.
I'm loving all the hi Sam comments. That's funny.
He reads all of our blogs. His brother, his twin evil brother, he reads our blogs. I don't know if you've seen that on our website. Our blogs are all
I
written
can
by
imagine
Steve
that
Alternate Men.
I can imagine
Sam
Sam having an
Alternate.
assistant that is like giving him all the good ideas, but the assistant, the only thing is doing
They're
is
just
reading
watching Ryan's videos.
He's just watching.
Bro, when they pulled out that toy and stuff
Drinking
and everything,
art.
I was like, what did they just do? They literally took my daughter's toy example. They took that thing, put it on an elf. And they were like, yeah, look, they didn't have
They
NFC
are
either. They had some
trolling
microchip.
you right now.
Oh, they're totally
Bro.
trolling me. And then the dad
crazy.
joke thing right after I announced my or I was like, yeah, they got me. They're watching me. What up, Sam?
They have to hire you as a consultant, Ryan. They need to.
App wrapper by clicking a button. Wrap it up. Is it possible in the future to have a button that can automatically put your flow into an app wrapper by clicking a button? Couldn't you already do that?
I think I know he's on another level. I think what you're talking about is a concept that like is kind of like emerging called UI or GUI on demand. So like there could not be a dashboard for a thing you need to do, for example, or like an interface. Interface is on demand. And so through LLMs and AI prompting and code, you can have an interface. So like we could prompt right now currently. We haven't released it. I'm trying to think of the best way for it to work with our inbox, but I've showed Asta this and Wendy, I think, the real-time audio stuff. We could through a prompt say how we can generate images based on give me a image about this that looks like this. You can make an interface. Okay, it looks like a web app that does a particular thing. And what he's asking about, can I make a web chat like home wrapper that includes the ref ID, and the answer that you gave him is correct. Yes, all day.
Yeah,
but I think that's going to be a huge thing is like so it's like more personalization. Wendy might need the experience for the e-commerce store, Ryan's candy shop, to be like Barbie themed because she's a girl, and Asta's going to maybe want like
so it's individualized for the client.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's more customization, personalization, uniqueness. That's what that is.
Okay, I want to tack onto this idea train of thought moving through with this next one, able to have live documents, update an assistant. We talked about this, Ryan, on a call. This was just you and I nerding out. And we had this train of thought where it's one of the reasons you made a cuff, being able to hold so much text, is that we could have the cuff have so much text, it updates your prompt, so like in the same sense, could we not have the, like, I'm just gonna spitball here, we're just brainstorming, right? Let's say you have someone chatting, boop, boop, boop. I love Barbies. I'm at the toy store and they're like, hey, let's customize your experience. Take the toy quiz. Okay, cool. Boop, 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 oh, boop, boop, boop. Okay, your personality is Lego, Land, I don't know, what's the ones that are like my friends, right? Pink and purple, everything. Lego, Land, my friends. And so this is saved in this long cuff, this result from the quiz, and then it is designed somehow, sent somehow to update the prompt or the code. The AI could do the code with, like, this is dual prompting. Obviously, we're talking whatever you call it. Several prompts are happening, chaining, and then the end result is it changes the wrapper. I don't know if that's physically possible yet, but that's how I envision it working in my brain.
That could totally be done. A lot of people, what they want related to the prompting stuff and documents, they want to use like Google Docs, and right now there's not a good way to integrate efficiently without having to like try to read the thing every single time from an outsourced place versus an internal internal way. It's just not efficient or like so doable right now. And certain people have said they've seen it, but I've not seen it. I've not ever seen someone use Google Docs, the Word doc lookalike program
The one
versus
that
the Sheets
I
API.
have heard of makes a lot of mistakes. Like
Yeah, I think
a
that it's
lot.
still very messy. I will
I think
say
that
with
that's going to
this
get better.
question, I would say with this question, while we can't necessarily do it with the assistant right now because the assistant API is reading like a PDF, and how do you update a PDF, right? Like that's
Right.
not happening. But
Exactly.
right now, you can update your prompts for your agents in with like every time. We've tested it from that
Yeah, with
conversation we
Sheets, that's
had.
just no problem. No
Like
problem at all.
you just use the long cuff, have the long cuff in your prompt, and it's automated.
I think that it would be safe to say that my name is George Washington by the end of 2025 if we don't have Gemini and Google Docs reading stuff right from your bot.
Seriously.
Like my name's
Oh,
Ryan,
yeah.
it's not George. So like it'll happen in 2025. It's just not a thing that is. So here's the thing: just even if we could, because I'm not going to say we can't do it, but even if we could, doesn't mean we should, because it's not going to be the best as it can be. And I'm so glad we stuck to our guns on that regard versus
agree.
trying to like build out the embeddings, things that people wanted at the beginning of 2023. I was like, guys, this is not the way,
We could do it better.
and boom, 2-3 months later, you get the assistant API that smokes all the other vector databases.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, one thing that it's important to say on what you were saying about the long cuffs, it works, but only on the account fields. Please don't try it on custom fields.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And
It's
it
not
tells you read the documentation.
right. So currently, you couldn't necessarily do it. That was more theoretically with like customized per the user. Currently, we can't do it, but long term, I'm sure that's something that's doable if it's something that's
I think
relevant enough for our audience.
Daniel has another one. I'm gonna probably have to jump here in another minute or two because I haven't had dinner yet. My wife's waiting on me down there. But I want to answer Daniel's thing down here. He says it'd be great to have a bunch of different files, like all of the things. Dude, I totally think that if OpenAI is giving us the ability to have 10,000 files per an account, don't you know that Google can spank them on their booty? like they're a bad kid. Like Google is so gangster. They'll sit Sam Altman and the whole crew of OpenAI on their knee and just pop them, man. I'm telling you. I've never popped my baby. I don't know how that works, but I'm imagining it. I'm imagining that's how it works. The Google would totally give us the ability to work with your whole drive and all that stuff. Well, but the thing I like caution people, you've got to really understand how to separate things from your customers versus your internal documents. So the worst thing in the world is like for your customer to get an internal document from your drive. So I think some of the things that seem like they make a lot of sense sometimes don't.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Also, you guys might ask for something and the answer is going to be no because of like a couple reasons. Number one, you're the only person on the planet who wants to do it. Sorry. I'm just being mean. And then, also like, right. I think I answered someone the other day. They were like, can we just upload all of our photos and stuff? I was like, we're really trying to keep costs down for you guys. Would you rather have like AI or would you rather be able to upload your own photos? I mean, we can raise the price. Like I've been trying to get Ryan to do it for a while.
We will be doing that next year for sure.
He's the nice one. I'm obviously not the nice one.
He's the nice one.
Asta's the nice one.
It's Asta's the nice one. He's the anti-Grinch. All right, so we have to wrap up because Ryan's wife's gonna murder him.
He's hungry.
and he's hangry. So we're gonna end tonight by going with what is your Chatbot Builder AI New Year's resolution? What's coming down? What's happening? Do we want to hint something or are we just like, this is something we'd love to see? What's the New Year's? What is the resolution? What is the goal? Your personal goal? Ryan's like, I'm going to world domination.
What I want to do is, I don't really have a resolution.
This is funny.
Isn't that something that you do? You do that like that's a new thing you're doing, right? Or a new commitment you're making?
In my house, I don't believe in resolutions because no one ever does them. I believe in like, what is the goal? I believe in goal setting. So like, what is your goal for there?
I think my goal this year for us is going to be to dive deeper and to dig in deeper to hero the agencies in CBB Nation more so than elevating our own brand. I would much rather help our people elevate their personal or their businesses, because I think that is our secret sauce. I think that in all these other companies and competitors, we don't have any competitors really, but the people that play in our
Sorry,
space,
that was
they're
loud.
they're so
They
focused
think
on
they are.
they're focused on their stuff, man. Their logo, their this. We are not that way. Our focus is to ensure that our people are winning, because that's the only way that we win. There's not an ego here. The ego's there. We're trying to help you
When
guys
you
have
win,
a
we
stronger
win.
ego and more confidence. And when you win, we win.
Yes.
That's to be always been the most amazing business model, because it keeps you honest and it keeps you hungry and keeps you going. So that's what I'd say.
First paying client, Brian, get it.
Yay.
All right, Wendy, what is your New Year's goal for CBB? What you working on? What do you want to see for yourself or for the company or for your clients?
Well, on CBB side, I want to. And I do have I do have the resolutions. I want to finish mastering the voice part so I can teach my Latinos more about it. And the other thing that I have in my list is more spreading the word in Spanish, because I know that we have a lot of content in English and I try to do my best to keep it in Spanish, but I have a lot of limitations on, well, with my hand and everything. I don't edit as fast as I would like to. So I try to do a lot of Zooms where I can be live, and I'm not live streaming on YouTube because I make a lot of mistakes and I'm not like Ryan. I'm not that good. So
I make mistakes every time and I get
I do
red.
too, man. I make more mistakes than all y'all. I just laugh about them more.
I don't manage mistakes well. I don't know. So I try to do a lot of lives. I have the problem with the editing part, but still I want to do more options for Latinos to educate themselves, so they are not the first source of support requests anymore. And yeah, I want them to grow, because if they grow, I know that we will find more people that it's better teaching than me. They have better ideas than me, or they can go further than me on, I don't know, like maybe SQL, or maybe, I don't know, external requests, something more nerdy than me. And they will teach other. So that's my resolutions, like to
Good
work
one.
on mass a new channel that it will be voice for me, and to be more consistent on doing these kind of events, like a little bit bigger, you know.
Yeah. Well, you gotta start somewhere with live. They have, I'm a big time live person. Like I've been going live before you guys even knew live was an option, which is wild because I never go live anymore. So I'm a hot mess these days. But I would say there's a month. It's called Scopetober, and like every day in October, and there's one again in April. Like every day you go live, like every day. And I will tell you, it will level. I know it sounds terrifying, but actually, it will level you up so fast. Honestly, it's amazing. By the way, I'm gonna send a
It means
link
I
in
have
the
to do my
chat.
hair every day. No.
The URL that was just sent out, that is the URL for our Espanol channel. So if you are a native
Cool.
Spanish speaker, please go and
Shout out to
subscribe.
everybody.
So many videos that we're putting out, and obviously now that we've heard her goal, Wendy is going to be kept to account and posting
Yeah, I
over
have to.
there.
In my defense, I already provide the Latinos with the training they wanted, that was to how to create PDF, dynamic PDFs from the chatbot, like for a quote or for something like that.
Love it.
And they can now do even like the certificates that you finish this course, and that has the custom name and that kind of stuff. They can do it now. They have the training already. So
Oh,
yeah,
we need an
I
applause for that. I'm afraid that needs to happen.
That's awesome. And I want to just shout out Pepe. I see you over there. And then also, I'm probably going to say the name wrong on YouTube. Jay Jafir. I don't know how you say that, but I know the name. And you, my friend, are crushing it. I need to talk to you because I recognize. I see everybody. You know, we're a global company, but with I hope small business, family business feel. You know, what other company is doing this? This is part of the reason that I wanted to do this, to people do business with who they
No, like, and
know,
know.
like,
trust.
and trust. This is the only way I know that we can achieve those things. And I learned that from the bot queen here. But I do recognize the people that interact with us on the YouTube and Facebook and Discord. And I see when you're crushing it, I know you, believe me. So shout out to you and all of our Spanish speaking people in CBB Nation. I wish I could speak better Spanish. Wendy's a great translator, but I like in 2025, if you're a Spanish speaking AI expert or chatbot builder and you're not with CBB Nation, I want this to be the question that I have answered in 2025 because we want you. And I think that we do more to cater to the market than other of much more equipped platforms are. So you know where the priorities are.
Absolutely.
100%. And we will bring Ryan to eat tacos so he can learn Spanish better.
Yes, let's get that pastor going. All right, Asta. Asta, the good Grinch. Yes. Let's hear it.
I will keep this very short so Ryan can spend another day with us.
So I can live.
He can live. He makes it to Christmas.
I would say going into the new year, it's for me personally all about expanding our reach and the impact we have on people's lives, building stronger connections.
Yes.
We've always had a very personalized touch. Ryan has never ever called anyone a user or a number or anything like that. I've heard it from other places. We always call them our co-creators, and Ryan has said this more than I can count. He always says, you all are our bosses, and we want to be able to provide the best possible connection, the best possible tools for everyone here. Because the one thing I love about CBB, and this is why I will always preach it from the top of the mountain, is we care about our co-creators winning. We want to change lives. That's our goal. I've seen Ryan will never say these things sometimes, but he's always told me personally, right from the beginning when I first met him, that we are in the business of changing people's lives. We do the right thing, and the rest will follow. The good will come. We got to make sure that our people are taken care of. And so that's what I'm looking going into the next year, building strong connections, growing further out there, saving all those that are using these other platforms and struggling and banging their head against the wall. Because I can say this with 100% honesty. I have literally banged my head against my table trying to build something. And when I found Ryan, when I found that YouTube video and he reached out to me through the comments, man, thank you. That was the day my life changed. So that's what I'm doing going into the next year.
We love you.
I'm jealous because you answered to his comments and you ghosted me. I'm jealous. I'm glad.
I love it. Oh, okay. I've
got
got
the
so
coolest
many.
Company, man. It's the coolest
seriously.
People.
I have so many goals for the next year that have to do with Chatbot Builder. I don't even have time because Ryan's got to eat. So I'll just give you a couple quick ones. I'm with Wendy. I want to continue to increase our international content. And now that we have the power of AI, I'm able to do that. So continuing with our Spanish initiatives, we'll continue to do that. I want to bring a lot more of our guidebooks and our documentation into Spanish as well. And then I want to tackle another language next year. So if we'll be looking our analytics and seeing what is like the next big one, if it's going to be Portuguese or
we just pulled out. We'll be ready for the New Year's party. How about that?
All right.
I think we might have more.
We'll do another one for New Year's. But that's a big goal of mine, is the international reach. And as a content creator and an educator, I've always wanted to take my content and spread the word for more people. Another big one for me is to bring more ladies into the fold.
Yes.
It's such a male dominated, chatbots have never, when we started in chatbots, it was not, there were a lot of women in, and I just feel like a lot of none of our guys, but a lot of the bro marketers that we do know of, we don't associate with them, but they just kind of crowd the space with a lot of noise that isn't helpful. And I think that there's a lot of really smart women out there, and we love the dudes. Obviously, we have a great community, but I want to invite and continue to make our community a great welcoming place for the ladies and really highlight them as well. So that's one of my goals. It always has been. And then thirdly is exactly what Ryan said, continue to put focus on our agencies. I've always had a passion for helping especially startup agencies, bootstrapping agencies learn how to make more money. And so that's going to be one of my initiatives from the get-go. One other thing I want to tease before we leave today, and I didn't do my homework because Christmas has been crazy this year. Last thing, Ryan, I promise, is that we've been talking about every year we do a challenge with like cash money prizes. And this year, if it's all right for me to say, we're going to do things a little differently. And so I want you guys to start thinking about this. We're going to do a challenge where you create tutorials for CBB in public spaces like YouTube, Instagram. I don't know if TikTok's going to be around that long, but you know what I mean? We're going to have, like, I'm going to be mapping out through the end of the year what that looks like, but we will have basically tiers. However many videos you do, you get like a ticket, like a drawing, and you're going to win cash prizes, free cool stuff. So that's going to be one of our initiatives because education is the key and we need to get the word out about how awesome, not only we know our community is amazing. You guys are out there doing amazing things in various languages. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be English, but start thinking about in the new year, it's going to start in January. In the new year, start thinking about those videos that you want to start putting out. You don't have to have your face on camera if you're not comfortable. Go check out my holiday videos. I think I put out a video every day. Most of them are faceless. So like get yourself a, screen capture tool, reach out to us if you need them, start thinking about what you want to teach other people. And we're going to have some prizes for those of you who are out there educating on CBB. So that's coming down the pipeline. Little tease for you.
That's awesome.
All right.
I want to look at one last thing.
Now it's your fault you're late for dinner.
This will be a great
next one. We'll have to do it after he eats.
Okay.
This would be a great thing to end on. This is something for CBB Nation to pat yourselves on the back, because the way I see this, the way we stole all the awards this winter for G2 has nothing to do with us. It is everything to do with you guys. You're the ones that put us in the position. We're all in this together. We're co-creating and building this platform and building the success together. But Asta will publish the blog in the next couple of days. Y'all, we raked it in G2 awards in winter 2020.
Oh, yeah.
They're calling it 2025, by the way. I saw it. It's 2024, but they're calling it 2025. We won the most awards since we've been in business on G2 this last go around. I think 18 different awards, and that's all that you guys. So if you want to be able to share that award, you don't need to necessarily talk about us, but you're using the best of the best tool, and it's becoming more undisputed as we go. I think we're out of like 600 platforms that they list, we're like 22, and we're around the least amount of time. Our major competition, the people above us, have all been in business since 2014. And so we're killing it, and it's because of you guys, and it's because of your feedback and your attitudes,
and your
helping us. Exactly.
And get out there and continue giving us those reviews, because that helps the entire community.
It does. Thank you all so much. I love CBB Nation. I love all you guys. Kelly, Wendy, Asta, Brian, Bright. Shout out to you guys. Javier.
Yes. Happy birthday, Bright. Was it Bright or Brian's birthday?
Bright.
Bright.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Bright.
Just had his birthday. Happy birthday.
So thank you all so much. And now I'm going to go downstairs before my wife kills me.
All right.
Yeah,
all right. We'll tune out. We'll see you guys around New Year's. Thank you so much for joining us today, and have a happy holiday. I'm going to leave us with our Sora created holiday party robot.